Welcome, everybody, to the league. It is week 10. Fucking 10. Let me move this shit. And not much has changed. I did go ahead and put up the playoff contention shit. Technically, no one is actually eliminated. I got the Tanks as eliminated, but they are technically still mathematically able to get into the playoffs. They have to win out and outscore, I think, the Cavs by, well, they have to outscore the Cavs, but they got to score, they have to outscore them by like 400 fucking points in the next, what, how many weeks do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. I don't think that's going to happen. So I got the Tanks as eliminated. The Cartel are actually I mean, they're pretty bad, but the Cartel are not dead. And the Trolls have not clinched just yet. The Trolls can still miss the playoffs. They have to lose out and get outscored, I think, by the Quailmen, who I think have to win out and shit. So there's a lot of variables here, but pretty much the Trolls have pretty much clinched, but not 100% yet. And the Tanks have, they're not dead yet. So let's go ahead and just remove that. Even though it does look nice. But no, we'll remove it. We'll put it in next week, assuming the Tanks lose, which is most likely going to happen because they haven't won yet. But hey, who knows? Into last week, the Voyagers took down the Rune Dogs by a couple of touchdowns. Standard game there. The Trolls put up a fuckload of points, 170. And the Tanks only put up 88. So they did not cover that spread. The Trolls beat them by, 80 fucking points? So, 81 points. It's just insane. One of the biggest ass whoopings we've seen in the league in a long time. The Finesse walk out with a win. Were they at home? Were the Finesse at home last week? They were. The Finesse got the dub at home against the Heaters. Heaters, another tough loss. Lost by a field goal. What is that, 4 now this year that they've just lost? I mean, the Heaters have had one of the toughest schedules in the league. And if I look at the schedule comparison tool that I have here, and it compares if your team would have played this person's schedule, what your record would be. The Heaters, if the Heaters had the Voyagers schedule, the Heaters would be 7-2. But they're not. They played their own schedule, so they're 2-7. Most of the other, if the Heaters played pretty much everybody or anybody else's schedule in the league, they'd be either 3-6, 4-5, or 5-4. So the Heaters have had probably the worst luck this year for sure. And judging by this schedule comparison, the Voyagers, I think, are the luckiest team because almost anybody else's schedule that they've played, they would have probably 2 to 3. Sometimes 4 fewer wins than they have now. Another lucky team, Tanks are trash. They would have maybe 1 win on the season if they had the Quailmen or Tiger Shark schedule. Let's see. The Trolls could be 6-3, but that's only 2 games. So the Trolls would still be a very, very good team right now with anybody else's schedule. That just shows how dominant they have been this year. Yeah, so the Heaters are the unluckiest team right now. The Voyagers are the luckiest just based on who they've played and the other teams that have scored those points. Anyways, the Cartel got a win last week, a big-time win over the Cavaliers, and they won by 2 touchdowns. Pretty convincing. And were they at home as well? Yes, they were. Cartel took that home field advantage and turned that into a win against the Cavs, who I don't know what the Cavs are anymore. This team is very, very weird. We'll get into that in a little bit when we get into the power rankings. Tiger Sharks got a win last week by 2 touchdowns over the Mothmen. A lot of 2-touchdown games this week, except for, of course, the Trolls and the Finesse and Heaters game. And the Dumpster Fire beat the brakes off the Quailmen. Quailmen did put up 130, but when the other guys put up 190, it's fucking hard to win. So we still haven't seen the 200 mark yet. I'm assuming it's going to come maybe this year. Who knows? But yeah, nothing's really changed in the standings. Placement-wise, just records have gone up and gone down. A little bit more breathing room for the Voyagers with a 2-game lead in the West. The Tiger Sharks have separated themselves from the Quailmen and are keeping pace with the Trolls, only 1 game back. And the Dumpster Fire now have a 2-game lead in the East. So it's starting to break up just a little bit. And, of course, the stars next to the name, it doesn't mean that you've clinched, of course. It just means that if the playoffs were to start today, these would be the playoff teams, with the Trolls and I think the Dumpster Fire getting the first-round byes in that instance. Let's get into the power rankings. These are probably the most difficult power rankings I've had to do this week, because I don't know where to fucking put half of these guys. But coming in at number 12, yeah, you got the Tanks. Just trash, trash, trash. Maybe next year. Coming in at number, and this is where it gets hard, from all the way from 11 to like 5, it was damn near impossible to rank these fucking teams. But we got the Heaters coming in at number 11. I mean, this team can't catch a break. Like I said earlier, they're the unluckiest team in the league, but you play who you play, and that's the way she goes sometimes. And just right now, the Heaters just not looking good. They're not out of the playoffs just yet, but they're pretty damn close. Coming in at number 10, with a win, though, you still got the Cartel. There's signs of life in South Beach right now, but they've got to keep it up. Keep it rolling. Probably not going to make the playoffs this year, of course, unless they win out. But it's looking promising. They're on the right track. This team is starting to play hard, believe in the Cartel way. This little thing looks a little fucked up. Let me fix that. They're starting to believe a little bit down there in South Beach. We'll see if they can keep it up this week. Another tough matchup for them. These next 5 teams, I didn't know where to put, honestly. Coming in at number 9, I got the Finesse. Coming in at number 8, I got the Quailmen. Number 7, I got the Rune Dogs. Number 6, I got the Cavs. And number 5, I got the Mothmen. And honestly, I don't know if any of these teams, none of these teams are necessarily better than the others. I would say the Mothmen and Cavs and Dogs are obviously better than the guys below them. But they're just not showing up in big weeks, big games. Very inconsistent play from all of these teams in the middle. They got to get better, and we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. Coming in at number 4, you got the Vietnam Voyagers staying where they are at number 4. Again, the power rankings were fucking insanely difficult to place, but they really didn't move all that much. But Voyagers got a tough matchup this week against the Mothmen right under them. We'll get into that a little bit later. Coming in at number 3, this was kind of tough, but I kept them where they were. I've got the Dumpster Fire here at 3. Yeah, they put up 190. Yeah, they did some stuff. It's hot as fuck in here. Hold on. Let me turn this AC on, man. All right. And, yeah, I mean, it's kind of a clusterfuck all around, whether we're at the top or the bottom here. Coming in at number 2, you got the Tampa Bay Tiger Sharks. I mean, 7-2. This team is for real. They've got the Finesse this week, which looks like it could be a win again for them. And they're just going to try to keep on rolling. Got to keep pace with the Trolls, who are, of course, sitting in pole position here. And Trolls look damn near unbeatable at this point. Dumpster Fire, yes, have put up, I would say, bigger games, more points, but they're more splashes of just craziness, whereas the Trolls are just consistently putting up 160, which if you consistently put up 160, it's going to be really fucking hard to beat at any time, at any point in the year. But yeah, those are the power rankings. Let's get into the matchups. Matchup number 1, you got the winless 0-9 Tiananmen Square Tanks at the 4-5 French Quarter Quailmen. Right now, it is a 5-6 game in favor of the Quailmen. Vegas has got the Quailmen winning this game by 3 touchdowns, which is fair because the Tanks haven't won and the Quailmen have the capacity to put up big-time numbers. However, Bo Nix did not do the Quailmen any favors going into this matchup here in the first quarter. It does look, I don't know why the hell they started Bo Nix over Justin Herbert. Herbert's the number fucking 2 guy on the year. And they started, yeah, Bo Nix is the number 3 guy. I mean, he's got 2 top guys at quarterback. I would be dealing one of them somewhere. Hey, maybe the voice. But I don't really understand why you. I understand the infatuation with Bo Nix, but when you have Justin Herbert, who is a little more consistent, I guess, and he's put up 28, 25, 27 in the past 3 weeks. And 18 before that. He hasn't had a game under 13.5 points all season. Again, he's the number 2 quarterback. I don't know why he wasn't started. But hey, maybe Dan knows something we all don't know. I'm not sure. And just playing guys on a Thursday that you don't have to is just, for me, is something that I tried not to do. I try to avoid playing guys on Thursdays unless you absolutely have to. Or they're fucking studs, which Bo Nix is good, but I don't think he's a stud just yet. He's just still scoring a fuckload of points because his offensive line is fantastic. But yeah, this should be an okay matchup, but you don't got to tune into it. Matchup number 2, you got the 3-6 LA Finesse at the 7-2 Tampa Bay Tiger Sharks. Tiger Sharks up by a field goal here in the first quarter, a little bit early going in the game. Vegas has got the Tiger Sharks winning this one only by just a touchdown. And this one, of course, it's going to come down to the running backs, I think. The Finesse do have some decent running backs. They got Josh Jacobs and, Nick Chubb. What the hell has he done this year? Nothing. Fall from grace for him. Tiger Sharks got Breece Hall, who just blew up a couple of weeks ago, coming off a bye this week. They need him to keep going and, stay consistent with his scoring to just have this team keep winning. They also got DeAndre Swift, who is questionable. Did not play against Cincinnati last week, and I think he got injured in the game against Baltimore. He is supposed to play against the Giants, which should be a high-scoring affair, but if he does not play, then the Tiger Sharks are going to have to fucking pray because they don't have any other running backs that aren't on bye on their team right now. So it's going to be tough. Well, I think no way. They got Aaron Jones, but he's expected to play, but he got dinged up pretty easily, and he's looking like paper out there. So we'll see in that one. Matchup number 3. You got the 7-2 Columbia Dumpster Fire at the 5-4 Cameron Cavaliers. And right now the Dumpster Fire are up 20-7 late in the first quarter. Vegas has got the Dumpster Fire winning by about 3 touchdowns. And the Dumpster Fire are tough. They are tough. They can put up some duds though. But when Christian McCaffrey is doing his thing, then this team is scary. And Christian McCaffrey does his thing every fucking week, except for 2 weeks ago when he only had 8 points. Otherwise, this dude's putting up 19 plus every game. So, definition of consistency. Cavs need to get a win. They got Lamar Jackson back, and I think he'll have a good chance to do that. I just don't really see it happening against the Dumpster Fire, who are tough. The Cavs need a win. They've got to start putting together some wins in a row, or wins at all, for them to make the playoffs. And, yeah. Matchup number 4. You got the 8-1 league-leading Charleston Trolls at the 4-5 Long Island Roondogs. And the Trolls are up 11-0 late in the first quarter here. It's going to be... Vegas has got this one by the Trolls only scoring 142 and winning by 2 touchdowns. However, as we've seen, the Trolls regularly put up 160, and I don't know if the Roondogs can actually compete with that. They've got the makings for it this week with the guys that they're playing and the matchups and everything. So if this is the week for the Roondogs to wake up, steal a game, and get their team back on track, it's here and now or else this team may be on the outside looking in come playoff time in just a few weeks. Rivalry game of the week. You got the 2-7 Miami Cartel at the 2-7 Hickory Grove Heaters. Man, this game, Vegas, this game has not kicked off yet. Get your bets in now. Vegas has got the Cartel winning this game by, guess what? It's against the Heaters. A field goal. Vegas has got the Cartel winning a game before kickoff. I don't think that's happened in the history of the league. If I was you, I'd go and place a bet on the Heaters right now because I don't know if the Cartel can do it, but they've looked great in the last few weeks. Different fire under their ass, and it looks like the Heaters, though, are finally listening to people. They're starting Caleb Williams. They should have started him last week. They would have won had they done so, but they did not. Very volatile player. However, the Heaters do have Ramondre, right? Yeah, Ramondre Stevenson out this week, and he's still in the lineup. So I'm assuming he'll get switched out with Trey Henderson whenever Coach Smar takes a look at his lineup, which should switch Vegas back in favor of the Heaters. But right now, Vegas has got the Cartel. So go ahead and get your picks in, get your bets in on that, and take the under on this one because it's going to be a low-scoring mud crap ass fest. Game of the week. You got the 7-2 Vietnam Voyagers rocking their alternate reds this week at the 5-4 Midlands Mothmen. Mothmen are up 9-6 late in the first quarter. Vegas has got the Mothmen winning this game not even by a field goal, by 2 points. It should be a very, very close matchup. Again, this one's going to come down to the running backs, I think. J.K. Dobbins already put up 9 in the first quarter for the Mothmen. He's got Jahmyr Gibbs waiting in the wings against Washington. Should be pretty solid there. But the Voyagers have Achane, but they've also got Mason from Minnesota, who hasn't been doing much lately. And they're still just waiting on Bucky Irving to come back from whenever his injury is going to be up, and they're missing Joe Flacco this week, who they've recently picked up a few weeks ago. So they're going to roll with Goff. This is a big time matchup. You got Justin Jefferson versus JSN at wide receiver. I mean, you got Devontae Smith versus Puka Nacua. I mean, you got even tight ends. You got Goddard and Gadsden. This is going to be a big matchup. However, it might be a little bit lower scoring than people think. Vegas says 132-130. I think take the under on this one. I'm thinking it's going to be Voyagers 126, Mothmen 117. That's just my personal prediction. No bias on that one. But yeah, should be a good matchup. We'll see. Rematch of the, I think, 2020 championship match. So this team is not a rivalry game, but it's a storied matchup. Should be a good one. Let's get into the predictions. Thank you, Robbo, putting in them picks this week. Last week, P-Man did shitty on his picks. Went 2-4, worst. Tying Dan for the worst in the league with only 2 correct picks last week. Brings us a little bit down in percentage, but we're still positive. And yeah, Rybo made the picks this week. He's got the Quailmen over the Tanks, sure. He's got the Tiger Sharks over the Finesse in a slight rivalry game, getting a little spicy in the chat this week. I love it. He's got the Dumpster Fire over the Cavs, sure. He's got the Trolls over the Rune Dogs, which I thought was going to be the rivalry game of the week, just given the history between the Trolls and the Dogs. But it's okay to change it up a bit. So he's got the Heaters and the Cartel. It is a rivalry game. It's not very outspoken too much in chat or in person. These coaches do have a lot of respect for each other, but there is a lot of hate behind the eyes. So when you see him in person, just look. And in the game of the week, he's got the Mothmen over the Voyagers, which is that an upset? Sure, it's a slight upset, just based on record and everything. It wouldn't really surprise anybody because, again, the Voyagers are the luckiest team in the league. But yeah, thank you, Robbo. Let's get into golf. Fuck me, man. God, why are we even? I don't know why we're even checking golf anymore. So let's see what happened this week in golf. Graydon got 3 more birdies. Sure. I mean, 3 more birdies. Now, let me get some more color. There we go. 3 more birdies for Graydon brings him to 19 under par. I don't know if we had I don't remember if anyone's gotten to 20 under before, but I don't see how Graydon doesn't do it this year at some point. I mean, this is just unprecedented ass whooping right now. Fucking Happy Gilmore out here, just absolute insanity. Chunks got a couple bogeys and a birdie, so he increases lead. Hunter had the best week though. He shot a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a penta birdie last week. No bogeys. So brings him from 3 under all the way up into second place at 8 under. He's still 11 strokes back from Graydon. I mean, even when you get 5 birdies, you only gained 2 on Graydon. That is insane. So someone has got to I think we just got to have Graydon have a bad couple of weeks, like really bad weeks, for us to even have a chance. Right now he's running away with it. Some more notables. Matt shot a penta bogey. So congrats, Matt. You went from 4 over down to 9 over in 1 week. Pretty damn bad. It was very, very poor coaching. I mean, his entire bench just looked amazing. He's got some guys on the taxi squad that he may need to start bringing up, thinking about, or maybe start letting people trade. I don't know. Again, we've only got a week left until the trade deadline, which is kickoff of the first game. So Thursday next week is the trade deadline, week 11. Not the Sunday. Remember, it's going to be the Thursday. So as soon as kickoff happens on that Thursday game, it's locked. So no more trades after that. If I understand, when it comes to the taxi squad guys, it takes a week for it to happen. I would say if you get in that trade, I don't know, this week, if you send it in, I would say it's still viable. It doesn't shorten the time span when a guy has to say, yes or no. I don't know, maybe we can vote on that shit. I don't think we had any trouble with it in the last few years, so I don't really see the harm in it, but who knows? If something happens that's sketchy, then we can take it case by case, whatever. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Not too much. Packers got the shit pushed in again. Love it. And, oh, fuck. What's wrong with my screen? There we go. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I think there's an early game, so a game that kicks off in a couple of hours. It's only 7 p.m. here. Yeah. I still got 6 fucking hours until kickoff of the regular game, so fun. Yeah, good luck, guys. I will fucking see you next week. Okay, bye.